Hey everybody, what is up? My name is Martin and welcome to AAA Digest. So to follow up on the 62 facts video we uploaded a few days ago, here is the second facts video that covers the remaining details and small things for Cyberpunk 2077, starting with the combat, which looks to be fast paced and brutal. Number 1, ranged weapons. So the game has a mixture of different ranged weapons, from pistols to shotguns, assault rifles, sniper rifles and light machine guns. And ranged weapons will fall under 3 separate categories, with the first being power weapons, being high impact, street grade weapons that pack a punch and are devastating against flesh. In contrast, we have tech weapons that focus on penetrating armor, piercing cover, and can have an alternative firing option that allows V to charge up a shot before firing. And then finally we have smart weapons, which auto-lock onto any target with homing bullets, and these weapons are unaffected by the player's skill level or attributes, and each weapon has a number of reload animations that evolve over time as you increase your skill level with them, and reload times even become faster. Number 2, weapon stats. So the stats associated with ranged weapons are DPS, damage per second, PNT, penetration, ACC, accuracy, ROF, rate of fire. Alongside this is the weapon's recoil, spread, and range numbers. Number 3, ammo types. So there are up to 4 different ammo and damage types: physical, thermal, electrical, and chemical. And the player's current resistance to each can be viewed in the inventory screen alongside V's max health. Number 4, melee weapons. So expanding upon CD Projekt Red's work on the Witcher series, they've made melee a viable option in Cyberpunk, with the game having numerous melee weapons available, from the nanowire that does up to 350 thermal damage and can hack targets from a distance, the Arasaka mantis blades that dismember and slice targets into pieces, the katana which can do the same although reflect oncoming bullets back at the attacker. We can use an industrial hammer to even using broken bottles and basic knives to take down targets. Number 5, melee finishers. So upon meleeing targets that are closer to death or via a critical hit, V can initiate an execution. Number 6, crafting. So we are capable of creating multiple items, find blueprints, create special armor, shards for our cyberware, weapon modules that alter how a weapon functions, build unique weapons, and even produce useful consumables. Number 7, stealth. So stealth is a viable option in Cyberpunk, with levels designed with stealth routes in mind, and a selection of silent takedowns and silencers are available to the player, and some skills are specifically designed to distract and disable enemies without alerting others, while cyberware and software can be installed that decreases the noise V makes while sneaking and jumping. Number 8, the non-lethal approach. So if you're a player who prefers a non-violent playthrough, then you're in luck. A pacifist run is possible in this game, as non-lethal takedowns can be used with Y on Xbox One or triangle on PS4, and almost half of the available weapons in the game have a non-lethal alternative, which is pretty awesome. Number 9, hacking. So throughout Night City are systems in the environment that can be accessed through the hacking minigame, which involves matching the required hex codes with the letters and numbers given to gain basic access, while higher level hackers have additional hacks available at their disposal. Number 10, although the world is filled with enemy netrunners, our protagonist can also be hacked. In the deep dive, we see Sasquatch, the leader of the animals, administer a deadly virus into our protagonist, giving V a death timer, and a Netwatch agent called Bryce gives V visual warnings to turn back. While in the 2018's gameplay showcase, V was forced into a lie detector test during dialogue. Number 11, networks will differ. So scattered throughout Night City are local networks and built-in terminals that can be hacked, that present the player with a small puzzle, and the content of each puzzle will be different based on the organization you're hacking into, meaning more powerful factions will have more cutting-edge firewalls. Number 12, quick hacks. So once V is hacked into a gang or corporation's local network, he gains numerous options to weaken enemies. He can initiate what is called a quick hack. As an example, pin pillar, which forces a target to pull their grenade, pin or lead jammer, which prevents the enemy from firing, jamming their weapon basically. And there are also systems in the environment that can be hacked, like increasing the damage output of a robotic sparring partner to knock out whomever they're sparring, hacking cameras, incapacitating enemies, or even creating distractions in the world, allowing V to sneak by or get the upper hand in combat. Number 13, cyberspace. Now in the original Cyberpunk 2020, cyberspace was a place you could visit. Here you could travel from one computer to the next on a massive global network. Between 2020 and 2077, there was this catastrophic event where a legendary netrunner released rogue AIs and malware into cyberspace, making it unusable for the public and the corporations, leading to the use of these local networks. And then Netwatch, a corporation that fights cybercrime, counteracted this by placing a massive firewall known as the Black Wall around the area to keep people from entering the Beyond. Although Cyberpunk 2077 will have certain story junctures that may ask the player to break through that wall to find out what lives on the other side. Number 14, explosives and throwable objects. So V will have access to grenades during combat, while a Miltech PDU-5 mine was seen during 2018's gameplay demo within the all-food plant. Yet it remains to be seen if mines can be used by V, and the player will also be capable of using throwing knives to take down some targets silently or quickly if you happen to land a critical hit. Number 15, the flathead is customizable. Now Miles Toss, level designer at CDPR, has stated there's certain customization options that might be tied to our buddy robot, end quote, while referring to the Spiderbot. So upgrading the flathead's effectiveness or perhaps changing its appearance seems to be an option for the player, and he even said that he wants players to get somewhat attached to their flathead. Wait, that sounded wrong. Number 16, consumables and combat stimulants. So consumables will play a big role during gameplay as they supply V with temporary bonuses and some health recovery, such as cans of Nicola soda offering a small boost to health regen, and V can take combat boosters that offer bonuses to attributes and health boosters in general. Number 17, weapon quality. So guns, melee weapons, equipment, and even consumables have a tiered rating system, with rare items offering better stats than their common counterparts. And the tiered system goes as follows. Common is represented by the color grey, and tier 1, uncommon in green, rare in blue, epic in purple, and then finally the 5th tier is seen via Sasquatch's industrial hammer, which is yellow to represent legendary. And there are 5 bars to also distinguish them from one another, which is probably for those who are colorblind. Number 18, loot is associated with the area it's in. That was a long one. So found loot is connected to the place and the story you're currently in. Infiltrating a Militech base, we will find Militech related loot, instead of randomly generated weapons that literally have no reason of being there. 19, item inspection. So V is capable of inspecting various items found. It will give the name, the type of item, with a detailed description of its purpose and its individual components. Number 20, weapon customization. So we can adjust the visual aspects of a weapon and add attachments from adding scopes and silencers. Alongside this, players will be capable of changing the cosmetic look of their weapons with skins, as highlighted by the Cupid sniper rifle, which was seen on Valentine's Day. It's adorable. Number 21, weapon modules. So another form of customization comes in the form of modules, which change how a weapon functions. You can alter a power weapon into a tech weapon or vice versa, such as adding a ricocheted targeting system to V's Vindicator pistol. Number 22, clothing bonuses. So clothing found and purchased throughout Night City will offer different bonuses to V, sometimes increasing skill stats, the player's level and rate, and even provide specific resistances to different damage types. So clothing can potentially be an essential part of your character's build. Number 23, vendors. So vendors provide many items such as clothing, cyberware, weapons, schematics, food, even malicious software, and the option to sell items. Each vendor will have a specific cash limit, meaning once they hit 0 in currency, you will be unable to sell any more items to that vendor until a later time. Furthermore, you can choose between multiple filters to search based on the category you're seeking, and special offers are also available via different vendors. And after completing favors or several visits to these merchants, V can receive discounts on all items through a loyalty bonus. Number 24, Cyberdecks. So these are used to install chips and other software to breach into networks, allowing for tools such as the Flathead or DIOM'S to be used. And Cyberdecks often use interface plugs to allow users to gain access to networks faster. Number 25, Cyberware. So V can be equipped with numerous different implants and augmentations, from leg implants, unlocking a double jump, to the optical scanner that gives V extra details from the world. So here is a list of some of the major cyberware that's available so far. First up is the subdermal grip, which adds the ammo counter for the player's HUD and increases both damage dealt with melee and locked weapons. The optical scanner, as I mentioned, is an eye implant that allows V to zoom in on objects, scan for information, and even determine NPCs' levels. It provides their damage resistances and gang affiliations, and these two pieces of cyberware are the only two that are mandatory for the story. Next up are the Mantis blades, allowing V to slice and dismember limbs, open up further assassination options, and give V the ability to scale walls to a small extent. Cyber legs give V the option to double jump, charge jump, and overall increase her character's mobility or other stats. And next up we have Gorilla arms, which give V a bonus in regards to his body attribute by increasing melee damage, and allows V to rip apart turrets, tear open locked doors, and pick up some heavier objects. Then we have the BIOMONITOR, which provides information regarding a person's vitals, given their health condition, their pulse, respiration, and so on. And the final one I will mention for now is the language translator, allowing our protagonist to understand foreign languages. use, and it is actually upgradable. Number 26, there's a body modification limit, so our character is incapable of going full cyborg, as he or she has a cyberware limit, with V's head, arms, legs, torso, etc. having available slots for cyberware. Yet each area has a limit in regards to possible modifications, although characters in the world can have cyberpsychosis, which in short is an illness or an addiction to body modifications in cyberware. The person no longer sees themselves as human, and they come to view regular people and other living things as weak and inferior. Number 27, the HUD evolves. So new cyberware throughout the game will give V extra details on his HUD, although with a hardcore difficulty confirmed, a lot of the UI features will be toned down, leading to a clearer HUD in that mode, including the damage dealt and critical hit numbers that can be seen while shooting at enemies, as well as subtitles above speaking characters' heads. Number 28, mission icons. So the current mission's name and the player's main objective is shown on the top right of the screen, with any optional objectives within the current mission highlighted beneath, making side goals extremely clear to the player and showing the distance of each mission starting point to the player's location. Number 29, enemy levels and titles. So NPCs also will have specific titles over their heads to highlight their group, alongside enemy levels above their heads, which allows the player to judge the situation and ensure V doesn't engage in combat with extremely highly leveled characters and some bosses that could be represented with a skull. Number 30, the minimap. Now the minimap will be located on the bottom left of our HUD, showing the surrounding area, rotating with our protagonist, and highlights potential enemies with a red arrow, even showing their range of sight, which is nice for stealthy players, and given the name of the location or the building V is currently stationed in. When V unlocks a new location, it will also be highlighted above the minimap. Number 31, the Codex. So Cyberpunk will have its own Codex, which provides details on the world of Cyberpunk, its districts, different factions, corporations, and the people of Night City in general. Simply an optional read for extra lore and world building for players. Number 32, the gear section. So under the gear section in the pause menu, we have equip, where we can swap out our currently equipped weapons between the 3 available slots. And here we can change pieces of our clothing, such as boots, pants, jackets, shirts, glasses, and hats. And from here, we can also view our level and street cred rank, while on the right, we have V's current amount of eddies, and then moving to the right of the gear section leads us to cyberware, and here we can alter V's current software, e.g. Mantis blades can be customized to deal chemical damage, or V's leg implants software can be changed to give him a stealth bonus or a charged jump, yet if the player wishes to change the hardware itself, they must visit a Ripper doc for a surgery. And finally, under the gear section we have crafting, which allows players to create armor, shards for cyberware, weapon modifications, special items, and various gadgets, as I mentioned, with components that you can buy or collect throughout Night City. Number 33, inventory limit. So our protagonist has a carrying capacity and can become over encumbered, slowing V down in the process. That's it on that. Number 34, children are in the game. So during 2018's trailer, we can see a child playing in his home, and during 2019's deep dive, a kid can be seen running in front of Placide in open gameplay. So children are in the game, although obviously cannot be harmed. So if you're a psychopath, I'm sorry to disappoint you, I guess. Number 35, notoriety. Now V can attack people on the street if the player sees fit, although you will gain some notoriety for committing crimes. And the fun thing about this game is the response force will be different based on the location you're in. So the NCPD, the police force, may respond to crimes in the city centre, while the Voodoo Boys are the law in Pacifica, while harming some high level targets will initiate a response from Trauma Team, who, trust me, do not play around. Number 36, hacking ATMs and money pickups. So throughout the world, ATMs can be hacked into to gain some extra eddies for the player. And furthermore, found in gang or corporation territories is the lootable cash, which is somewhat highlighted for our protagonist as he passes by. Number 37, human shields. So with a high body or strength rating, V can use targets as a human shield as protection from oncoming fire. Number 38, ad pop-ups and brands. Now V can receive some personalized advertisements that are tailored towards our protagonist, with ads targeting the player's preferences, and CDPR have a team that are completely dedicated to creating a massive range of brands in the game that can be seen on products and billboards to make the game's world feel a little more real. Number 39, romances. Like most CDPR games, our protagonist will be able to pursue certain romances throughout his story, or her story, with more options being available than The Witcher 3, and our character is able to swing either way based on your personal preference. Number 40, POV V. So the game's romance scenes will be completely in first person, with CDPR claiming there's quite a lot of mocap that has been done for the romance scenes specifically, so it's gonna be odd, but there it is. Number 41, one night stands. romance. So outside of the major romances, there will be a selection of one night stands available to V, and some romances will be unavailable due to some characters' sexual preferences in game. Number 42, Joy Boys and Joy Girls. Female or male workers can be hired in Night City, with the option to order Joy Boys or Joy Girls, which are workers being provided in vending machines. Number 43, a photo mode. So CD Projekt Red have mentioned back in 2018 that they are planning on including a photo mode in the game. Number 44, the wait and fast travel option. So the player has the option to wait and fast forward to a specific time of the day, and if the player wishes, there is a fast travel option to already unlocked locations. Number 45, auto-equipped items. So Y on Xbox or triangle on PS4 can be used to equip weapons, while X is used to loot them and add it to your inventory. Number 46, destructible vehicles and environments. So if you damage a car or motorcycle enough by shooting or crashing, then it can be destroyed, and the game also features some forms of environmental damage from bullets penetrating walls and shredding weaker surfaces. Number 47, animals. Now because of the game's urban setting, players will not encounter any animals apart from the odd dog or cat, and in regards to having them as pets, it's a strong no. Number 48, soundtrack and confirmed musicians. Now Cyberpunk has a range of songs performed by established artists who together have made music specifically for the game, such as Run Jewels, Refused, who played the Samurai Band in the game, and Grums, probably butchered that, plays Lizzie Woodsy in the game. And there are many more artists who I'll show on screen. Furthermore, the lead composer and music director of Cyberpunk 2077 is Marcian, this guy. He's worked on The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3, and has also composed music for The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. A talented guy, and we're happy he's back. Number 49, over 100 voice actors. So they have made a conscious effort to add a large variety of voice actors, and some are playing multiple characters. Furthermore, they're avoiding reusing too many characters from the Witcher series, so players don't link their voices to prior CDPR characters, which makes sense. And here are some of the key voice actors confirmed so far. Our male leading protagonist is voiced by Gavin Drea, while our female voice is performed by Shermie Leah. Johnny Silverhand is played by Keanu Reeves, Jackie is played by Jason Hightower, and Dexter Deshawn is played by Michael Leon Woolley. Number 50, story expansions. So post-launch content will include major free updates that add further features to the game, yet CDPR have also promised story expansions will be coming to Cyberpunk. But yeah, that is the end of this video, guys. As always, I have a question for you. What is your starter build for your V? You have 22 points to allocate at the beginning, so let us know. And regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. Cyberpunk 2077 releases on September 17th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. And for more content like this, stay tuned here on AAA Digest if you want. Later guys, bye-bye.